Hi guys, I am Ken Adidi and I welcome you for this another tutorial advancing from the previous, which was STATA programming and data management part 1, in which we considered conversion of a string categorical variable to label numeric. As I said earlier that some other time the data will be troublesome and will not generate what analysis you want until you convert it. As you can see from my data given here, I say that data in red is always stored as string, and STATA do not understand this and must be converted to numeric. Data in blue, if you remember so well in that tutorial, you can still consider it. Data in blue is normally stored in numeric. In this tutorial, the focus is how to identify and remove duplicates, because some other time in data preparation prior to analysis, you may be having duplicate values which after analysis may not reflect the real picture on the ground. Therefore, I'm going to show how to identify and remove the duplicates, so that when you are doing your analysis, the results can be reliable. Very quickly, let's move to the programming interface. This is where we left. Maybe one other thing that is so important before I do that, as I mentioned, that categorical variable can some other time be stored as a string. In the like manner, also numeric variable some other time are stored as a string. If you look at the storage type, it is always stored as string. For example, the age variable, in this case you can see that it is black. In some occasions you realize that this has been stored in string, and therefore you get to notice that the coloring there is red. As I said, string variable are stored in normally indicated in red. In such a case, what you need to do is to have a command called a string, so that you convert it from a string to numeric. In that case, you will write something like this in order to take care of that. Conversion of numeric variable stored as string to number. Storage format. Number storage format. The command is the string. What are we applying the string to? We are applying the string to the variable ID, as you've seen. But in this case, it is important to know that because the ID is not stored, is not actually in numeric format, it is a combination of string and numeric. It will not convert this, because it requires data that is already stored as a numeric variable, already stored as a string, so that you convert it from string to numeric. So this will not apply, but this is actually the code line. The string ID, then we generate employee ID, then we just run the code line here, Control D. As you can see from my screen, we are told, the console is saying ID is non-numeric character, and therefore we did not generate any variable. But friends, that is how to go about that. Very quickly, to identification and removing duplicates. And normally, for you to identify and remove duplicate, it is important to know that in your data you must have what is called a unique identifier. A unique identifier is an ID which is so particular to an individual and cannot be shared. And in this case, the data that we have is actually the only unique identifier that we can have is the ID. Like in an employment system, normally staff have their staff identification or staff ID or employee ID, which is normally unique from one staff to another. Such are the unique identifiers that you use to identify and remove the duplicates. So in this case, identifying and removing duplicates. Identifying and removing duplicates. So the code line is duplicates the code line is duplicates report for us to get the duplicates. Duplicates report, then we have the variable name. Duplicates report, then we have the variable name. In this case, I have said that we are going to use ID. So this identify and remove duplicates. So just run the code line. Duplicates report ID. Duplicates report ID. Yes, this is where we are. You can see, as you can see, that our results is already showing that look, we have two copies. We have two copies of duplicated records, as you saw and as we noticed in the earlier tutorial, which you can see moving up here still, that look, our data has 100 observations. In the 100 observation, and again we have 12 variables, but out of the 100 observations we have two copies of duplicates, and that's why we are told the only clear data are 98. So the next thing that we are going to do after we have identified that we have duplicates, the next step is to know which lines or which records are duplicated. So what we do is duplicates list. This will show us the very lines or the very codes that are duplicated. Duplicate list ID. So again, we run this code line, highlight and Control D. You can see that we have observation number 1 and observation number 2, where we have AC282, which is duplicated. And that means for us to analyze this data, we have to drop one of the duplicated because it is a reference to one particular employee. The record has been repeated. So we have, as you can see in our Excel data, even from simply viewing, you can see that number 1 and number 2 has been duplicated. Number 1 and number 2 has been duplicated. We have AC282 and AC282. So that's a duplicated record. Even as you can follow through the data, you will quickly notice that it's a duplicated record. So what we do next is we remove the duplicate. We remove one of the duplicated records. So removing. So the code line to remove is duplicates drop. Duplicates drop. Then we write the variable name. After the variable name, we write the word force, so that it forces it to drop the duplicates. And friends, you'll notice that after the duplicate has been dropped, we are going to now have 99 observations. Duplicates drop. Then we force it to drop. Control D. You can see from our console, the report is showing that one observation is deleted. And that means now we no longer have 100 observations in our data, but now have 99 observations. This we can view by writing the code describing our data. Describe. Control D. Yes, friends, you can see that now we have 99 observations. And the next thing that perhaps now when we check will not give us a result is when we try to check the duplicates report. The duplicates report should not be able to give us anything now because we don't have any duplicated report. Duplicates report ID. So when we run this duplicates report, it should not be giving us anything because we don't have any duplicated. As you can see, the surplus from my console is 0 and total observation is 99. So we do not have any duplicated records. And even when we try to paste the whole of this, we try to paste the whole of this here so that we identify the list of duplicates. It is not going to give us anything because we do not have it. We do not have any duplicates. Duplicates in terms of ID, 0 observations are duplicates. Friends, that was actually the objective of the tutorial. This is let me just comment this so well so that it becomes so clear. Duplicates report, then maybe we have here as identifying the duplicated list. Identifying the duplicated list. Then this one is dropping duplicates. Now that brings us to the end of this tutorial. I would advise you to continue following and subscribing to iStart Research and Technology YouTube channel, where we stream and we upload many new tutorials in data analysis and data handling. We also do website development, and we show how to develop website from scratch to its completion. Meanwhile, I hope you have enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you so much. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel at iStart Research and Technologies.